You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And here we go from New Orleans. Dameon Pierce now to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Now begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll get it up to the 44. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Alontae Taylor making the stop. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. The penalty makes it 3rd and 8 here. Stroud. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation.
Do what you got to do to score.
Makes you wonder.
That means stall. Stall.
Going after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans
stall if you need to.
Lead.
He talking about you gonna have to start playing. All right. Good. Nigga, I didn't even know you when you was gonna snap the ball. What the fuck you talking about? Nigga waiting the whole shot clock to even. Oh, come on, bro. Nigga tripping. Nigga getting happy the first minute of the game. It ain't even the first minute. The first 10 seconds, your ass happy as hell. Calm you. I'm finna calm you down right here, fool. Just for that, I'm finna calm you down, fool. You know where you at?
This is Alvin Kamara with it. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. Offense in the hurry up here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I'm finna calm you down, boy. You too. I don't know what's to you.
It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Rattler. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it sets up a Houston first.
I'm sure Coach, a play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. So before they can get set and snap at the clock, welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They have 2nd and pretty long here. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Stroud now on 3rd. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. From the gun, Stroud. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints will get
touchdown.
Midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 45 on 2nd down. That's brought in by Miller. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Saints trailing in the early going. Ball at the 33 for first down. Rattler setting to throw. Chased out to his right. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Big gain downfield. Into the red zone. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow their lead just before halftime. Nico Collins with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's good for us Saints.
Throwing is Rattler. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
He'll throw it yet again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Another try following the sack. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Looking to throw, Rattler. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Mims has the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints making a one-score game before halftime. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Grouping adds the extra point. And the Saints chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Pierce now on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
My freaking left ear tweaking.
He'll throw it. Escapes the pocket. And like an empty wrapper,
My freaking left ear is tweaking. Sound like a ringing noise. You ever have that in your life?
Of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Rattler back to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field. Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Got his target. It's Hill. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They're set up at the 35 now. Kamara now on first and 10. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. And stop coming from Henry To'o. Offense up to the line fast. From the 32. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
From the gun, a give to Miller. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. Working quickly here. Now Rattler. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Rattler to the air now. Kamara's got it. Has some room to work. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Group B to try the point after. And the extra point is up, and it is good. And the Saints tie things up at 14. Here's Group B on now to handle the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. And this one doesn't go far. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
We'll have him gain about a handful there. Alontae Taylor making the stop. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
So now here's 3rd and 5. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints have it after the turnover at the 33-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Rattler. This one's taken in by Hill. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Room to run inside the 20. Duns for the pylon, and that's a touchdown.
Yep, that's Alvin Kamara for you. Old bet right there, man. Never get touched.
So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Fights up for tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And they steal it back on the return. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Saints. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him.
It always feels good when you run the ball back first play of the game.
Everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. A point after, good by Groupie. And that makes the score 7-0. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Goff. Looking for right, and he finds him. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And some room to work. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
17-yard line.
Goff. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 3rd down and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now it's Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job escaping the pocket. And boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is going to be out of bounds a couple of yards short of the marker. And they will fail to convert here on 4th down. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Throwing is Rattler. Open man downfield is Johnson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Saints first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Saints 7, Lions nothing.
The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And taken down just shy of the 40. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Rattler wants to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, here's Rattler. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. Inside the 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around. Another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. And while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Play action. It's Goff.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now 2nd and 5. They'll throw. Here's Rattler.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. 2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. Now Rattler. this throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here's Rattler.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. You got to make sure you hit it just right.
Rattler from the gun, third down.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
They'll go. Here's Rattler.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires, and the Lions will take over. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
Gone.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Goff now looks to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Detroit. Tim Patrick, 59 yards. And the Lions are able to stretch out their lead. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he will make it to
Yeah, I just woke up, man. My offense just now waking up, I guess.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts.
Must be nice to have something to face to once you wake up, huh?
Remaining here in the second quarter.
2nd and 10.
Type shit. Yeah.
To the air is Rattler.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Buying time to his left.
Now he'll throw deep left side. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw, Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to go up top again. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And he's got some space here. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Rolling to his right. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Montgomery on the counter. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
To throw is Goff. And his throw here's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Goff now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Goff now looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. In motion goes the tight end. Trying to run it in with Montgomery. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 79 yards. And the Saints are back within a couple of the lead. Groupie for the extra point. And this is now a one-point game.
Next to score, Lions 22, Saints 21.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10. At their own 22. To Montgomery to begin the drive. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here now, 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Goff looking to throw. And he will get into the end zone. And it's now a 2-score game as the lead moves to 9. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
And he returns this to the 22. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. From the gun, here's Rattler. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And got his man, complete. And out across midfield, down to the 45. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Oh, the
the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. That he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It's the gain of 17 yards. And the Saints first down.
Rattler going to look to throw again.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taysom Hill, 29 yards.
And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Here's Grupe for the PAT.
And the lead is down to 2.
Next the score, Lions 30, Saints 28.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead.
Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll send the tight end in motion. And they'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try the air now with Goff. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
They'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff.
And the Lions use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And from his own end zone, Alontae Taylor will return it. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Rattler wants to throw it. It's complete. Kamara.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Back to throw.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. They'll look to throw. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Here's 1st and 10.
He's back to throw.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They needed 8. They only got 6 here in the final seconds as the 2-point conversion fails. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel.
And it'll be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Escapes the defender.
And the Saints come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.
I can afford losses like that. Lost by 2. Yeah, I can afford that, man. But with this, though, We working on 40. Ain't fucking with nobody else, bro.
First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go from the Superdome. And we'll see a return here from his own end zone. Oh, and there's a big hit right away. He is knocked down hard on the opening kickoff. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Rattler to open with a pass. Shaheed with the catch. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On the ground, this is Kendre Miller. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Now Rattler gonna throw. And this is gonna be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. A gain of 11 there as the decision to go for it pays off.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Rattler now back to throw.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble. Throwing now is Rattler. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Miller. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Plays made on defense by Jordan Brooks. A lengthy opening drive. Now comes to this. It is 3rd down. To throw, it's Rattler.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And he will get into the end zone. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. The lefty right to the air to start. Taking off.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be a final play in this opening quarter. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Now Tua. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Tua going to give it to Achane. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. 2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We're back to New Orleans after this. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Achane. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down. Throwing is Tua. The tight end, Jonnu Smith, secures it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs. 1st and 10. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. Second and a yard. Looking to throw. Rattler. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they get the timeout. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Throwing is Rattler. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this 1st half. Just the lone touchdown in that 1st half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see if we can come out with a hot hand in this 2nd half. About to get started. Just that 1 touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the 3rd quarter begins. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. Up the sideline to the 40. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Once again, it's Achane. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's 2. Caught by the tight end, Smith. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Achane. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Now it's Tua. Off he goes.
These plays just kill you. Defense, the pressure's good, but you have to contain them. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football. On the ground is H.A. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll get this out quickly to Hill.
Well, let's give the defense a little credit here. You talk about read and reacting quickly. They recognize the screen right out of the jump, and he's able to beat the blocker to the spot and keep him to no gain. Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Dolphins nothing.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They snap it to Tua. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Rattler. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed. He's inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he will take this one in. 91 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Saints move out on top, 14-0.
Blake Grupe to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercept it. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. He breaks the tackle, and he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Love out of the shotgun. This finds Downs. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Has it to his back. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Handoff here to Jacobs. This is ahead for about 5. Volontae Taylor making the stop. Offense in the hurry up here. Love on 3rd and short. He has the first over the middle. Touchdown, Green Bay. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is McManus to kick this away.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Okay, break. Red, yellow. Here we go.
Rattler working out of the gun. And the catch made by Johnson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house. So they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Completes it to Miller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Here we go, set.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. There's a short one caught by Johnson.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Set, ready. Black Ultra. Set.
To the air is Rattler. A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Down. Hut.
Kamara will score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, just about an ideal start to this one offensively, because on the road, you want to make sure you quiet the home crowd early. And how do they do it? Nice march to start things off. Let the run game find its footing early. That drive certainly checked a lot of boxes, and they finished it off with a touchdown run.
Groupie able to add the PAT.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start the drive here with an end around. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion right is Aguilar. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Aguilar in motion left. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down at 7. In motion, Aguilar.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. They need 12 here. It's third down.
Hey, Ozzie, sit up. Sit up.
Now it's Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Aguilar in motion left. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
No, we changed it.
Jackson. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Middle.
To throw again is Jackson. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Report. Get up.
They'll try to run for it with Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. In motion, Aguilar. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Accelerating, and off he goes. And the Saints will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Steps away to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
17. Let's go now. Ready.
Here's Rattler. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Right through. Right. Ready?
Rattler wants to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the gun, here's Rattler.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Adam Prentice, as the first half is winding down. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
The point after, good by Grupe.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
A 2-touchdown game. 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
At the 37-yard line.
Now it's Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little 50.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. To throw is Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. In motion right is Aguilar.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And that one not fooling anyone. It'll go down as a completed pass, but it will lose a big chunk of yardage.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Jackson.
for the third time. Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And from his own end zone, Alontae Taylor will return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Throwing is Rattler.
Setting up the screen for Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
From the shotgun, Rattler. He'll find Shaheed out to the right.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Milton Williams
Able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
Now Rattler.
His throw incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
Line of scrimmage to 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside handoff now, Miller. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 2nd and 3. Being chased out. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Grupe able to add the PAT.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 27. He'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here's Hurts to throw.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Saints 7, Eagles nothing.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Alontae Taylor to return it. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 44-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Kamara trying the right side. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Rattler working out of the gun.
Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Rattler from the gun, 3rd down.
And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
To the air is Rattler.
Escaping the pressure right.
Finding Taysom Hill complete.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
The rookie quarterback making plays out of the pocket, and he picks up a new set of downs for his guys.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler.
And this is caught. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 37 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
that part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Groupie for the extra point.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go.
Looking here for Smith downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
That is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Throwing is Hurts.
He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
Flushed out right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jahan Dotson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
Oh, he breaks a tackle and he's got an alley.
Still going. Saquon Barkley.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still...
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A first down carry for Barkley.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Second down and 6 now. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Running again with Barkley on second down. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A couple extra tight ends into formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partners. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's Rattler. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. Rattler wants to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
Back to throw again. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying to pound it in, Kamara. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
They'll look to throw for it with Rattler. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we the field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Here we go.
They'll go. Here's Rattler. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara from 3 yards out. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And he will get into the end zone, and a two-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game.
To the right side and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
It's Barkley on the counter. And room there to work it inside the 25. 111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll run wide side here with Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Every yard they gain getting them better and better field position. And obviously a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great. But that's not what you're really playing for.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Barkley inside handoff. And Barkley did not get there. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be...
Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here. And now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Greg Zuerlein out for the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. He's going to field this at the 2. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Fight, 97. Blue strike. Red, yellow. Ready.
First play is to the air. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Down. Ready?
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
First down, ball at the 36.
Come on, set. Black ultra. Set, go.
Now Rattler. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 6-0 lead right away. So that right there, exactly what you're looking for in the opening drive of a game.
And these opening drives are tone setters. You come out flat, maybe you go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, Kate. But here, they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Xavier Gipson now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he's stopped. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. He's out in the clear. It's a pickup of 33 yards.